Welcome back. Welcome back to longer form content. It's been a while, and there's good reason for that. Just wanted to bring you guys up to speed as to where I've been, where I'm at, and certainly where I'm going. I start this off with a message that I sent someone today, and they're facing some struggles. People don't realize that going to the gym and lifting weights doesn't change a person. It may physically, and this would ultimately have an effect on their confidence. But what really changes a person is the ongoing, relentless action of going every single day, even when they're tired and don't want to. When they're stressed out, overworked, and still putting the time aside for that workout, and then still pushing themselves as much as they can. This undoubtedly is what changes a person. Because if you can do this in the gym, you can do this in life and relationships and work. You are still young, and if you don't have anything figured out now, you should not be concerned. But be concerned if you aren't trying to figure things out. I thought I had things figured out at the age of 23. And then I thought I had things figured out at the age of 25. Then again at 29. Then around 37. Frankly, I still don't. But that doesn't stop me from still trying. So, where are we? We're trying. And the last couple of months really have been quite challenging. One of the reasons why I haven't been very forthcoming with a lot of content, there's been a lot of travel involved. I think one of the last videos that I put out, or that you probably would have seen, was the build-up, or the build-up of the lead-up to the surgery. And the surgery initially was successful, you can call it that. Couple of weeks after surgery, I went for a checkup. Everything seemed fine. Everything turned out fine. Very shortly thereafter, my very dear friend, a mentor, a brother to myself, passed away. This was a very tragic time for me. It was a very difficult time. It was very present and in my face, because I was there the moment he passed away. Following that, I felt it was time to get back into training. Turns out, before doing so, I have some ridge on my abs, which I was told is the body's reaction to the edge of the mesh, and that this will dissipate, this will go away. But was advised that I should go for a CT scan, actually an ultrasound, before just getting back to the gym and, getting back to pushing the weights and with the type of intensity that I was before surgery. Went to see a doctor, went to the hospital, had an ultrasound done. The report came back. I sat there in front of the doctor, and the doctor said to me, "You have a hole." Now, you have to understand that one of the reasons why I went for the surgery was to get this hole closed. I had what's called diastasis recti, and this is separation of the abdominals, which is brought on by or caused from the hernia. And this causes for further separation in the abdominal wall. So, very much to my dismay, the report referred to a defect, and the defect refers to a hole, which means that there was complications in the surgery itself, or thereafter. I spoke to the surgeon, went for follow-up. We did a CT scan, and they confirmed that the sutures, which is really just the way that they bind the abdominals, bring abdominals back together, the sutures didn't hold on the top, but the mesh was in place. So on the bright side, there's a mesh which is preventing my organs from pushing through. And the bottom sutures below the navel were still in place and intact. So this too, in its own right, was quite devastating. One of the major factors for going through with the surgery was from an aesthetic perspective, so that I could resume with my future in bodybuilding and competing. Because obviously there's a big component here, which is the aesthetics that brings. And I always saw the surgery as, going into the surgery, the build-up. I wasn't nervous. I wasn't scared because I was excited. I was excited to get it done. I was excited to get it out the way, and I was excited to, just have the aesthetics back and hopefully eventually compete again. It was, I always saw it as one step back in order to progress and make 2 steps forward. But after the complications, it just felt like those steps forward weren't there. But I wasn't going to let this defeat me. We should probably feed into something else I wanted to chat to you guys about before I continue my story. I did a podcast with Honey Rambod. Today's Sunday, and it was Friday evening. And he asked me, what is some advice? What is the best advice that you could give someone, that you've learned? And I said that one should not find themselves to ever fall victim of their circumstances. In a situation where you do fall down, where you are defeated, that you just stand up, brush the dust off, and keep moving forward. So that is my advice. That has always been my advice. That is what has helped me get through very challenging times in my life. And this was just another one of those moments. This was another one of those moments of stand up, brush the dust off, and keep moving forward. Certainly what I was not going to do was go through with another surgery. It really was a very painful, very frustrating process. I was bedridden for a week. I was in a tremendous amount of pain, and really just didn't want to put myself through that again. So I looked at what other options or alternatives were available. And I wish I knew this before, and I hope that this is of some value and assistance to anyone that may have the same. Having said, it wouldn't have prevented the surgery because I already had the hernia, but knowing this may have very well prevented the hernia, ultimately preventing the surgery. This is according to the research that I've done. 60% of pregnant women establish diastasis recti. So more of a preventative measure is by doing these transverse or transverse abdominis exercises, but also as a recovery method, doing these same exercises. Because ultimately your body has an internal belt which really wraps around your waist. This is your inner set of muscles below the abdominals itself, which is referred to as the transverse abdominis. And ultimately what you want to do is try and strengthen these muscles as much as possible. So I am back on track in terms of pursuing the option, at least, of competing again. Actually, maybe I should have started this segment but the fact that I've lost close to 40 pounds. I was at 310 pounds, and I'm now down to around 260. I started to pull back on my calories, and I've just continued to drop. I've increased my cardio quite significantly too, and I feel better. I sleep better. My energy levels are a lot better. I move around more freely. Personally, I think it's a lot more aesthetic. And I've been told I look happier, healthier, and younger. So I will definitely claim and accept that. But yeah, I'm still on the fence when it comes to competing. I plan to go through that process. I plan to do a mock prep. And when I reach the point of being, call it, stage ready, all of this is going to make for great content. I'm going to take you guys through this entire process so that you can be part of this journey and the ups and downs associated with it. But when I reach that point, then decide from there. Is it just to go through that process and to take you guys through that process and to get some sick content? and to be shredded and very lean, or am I going to compete? I have identified a very good prep coach that I'll be working with, and under his guidance, very excited to reach my greatest potential with my physique, because I have a lot of confidence in this person. So yeah, that's it with physique, surgery, and what's transpired in the last couple of months, and really why there's been a lack of content which has come through. There was a lot of turbulence. There was a lot of challenges that I've experienced and encountered. And just with the traveling has made it really, really difficult. I pretty much lived out of a suitcase for the last couple of years. And I'm now stationed in the United States, which I'm very thankful and appreciative for, because I want to be grounded for the next couple of months so that I can really establish a rock solid routine and schedule and have a good, comfortable environment where I can film, access to a gym, where I can film content in the gym, meal prep, collaboration opportunities. There's obviously a lot. I would hope to be here sooner, but there were some delays experienced. It was a very frustrating process because there was an infringement in terms of me being able to put out the content that I wanted to, and me really fulfilling my purpose and passion. This took a little bit of a toll on me mentally as well, along with a lot of the other things that had transpired in the last couple of months. Getting into content, and where it all started was with the primary intention of helping people. And that is still the case. And without being able to do videos, longer format videos, and even just regular content, just felt like I wasn't truly fulfilling my purpose. It was a very, very frustrating process. But I'm here. I'm thankful. I'm appreciative. I have this burning desire to just get back to, just to get into a good rhythm where we can just be pushing out content. The messages are just flowing in with such encouraging and inspiring words from people that are coming through, essays on Instagram, Snapchat, even in the comments section, of how my content is helping people, getting them into the gym, getting them through breakups, getting them through very tough, challenging situations in their life. And that's my primary driver for doing what I do every single day. That gives me value. That gives me purpose in this life. If I feed back, I refer to that message that I sent to that person today, where I said, we don't have things figured out. I don't know what tomorrow holds. But we'll certainly keep trying. You're more likely to succeed following the things that you're passionate about. If you can do something where you're able to put your heart into it, you're far more likely to succeed. You're doing it with love, and you're doing it with passion and enthusiasm. So here we are. I'm extremely thankful to you guys for your support, for your ongoing support. I wouldn't be here without you guys, and I'm very aware of that. And I'm very appreciative, as I said, truly very appreciative. I can assure you there's going to be a regular flow of content between myself and my team. We plan to do 8 pieces of content specific to YouTube. So please help me through this period. I need to revive the channel a little bit. It's been a while since I've posted something, and obviously to get regular content out is one thing. So if you do see this, I would very much appreciate a comment, a like, a share if possible. But just to get momentum, just to get the wheels turning on the channel again, and just help this page and the content and my message just reach and help more people. So that's it. That's where I'm at. That's where we're at. You guys are equally a part of this, I have officially returned with a milk. So wherever you guys are in the world, I hope you have an incredible day. Thank you for watching this, and I will see you very soon. Good night.